United Kingdom economy will collapse in 2025. Banks close without warning, ATMs stop working, money loses value overnight, people's savings disappear, stock market collapse, long lines at grocery stores, gas stations run dry, empty store shelves, people lose jobs. Suddenly, neighborhoods go dark, rich people flee the country, houses get abandoned, factories shut down, hospitals struggle, cities become poor, shopping malls become shelters, fancy houses stand empty, gold teeth become valuable, people trade shoes for food, old money becomes toilet paper, people sleep in cars, families split up, communities collapse, violence spreads, kids forget about school, parents lose their jobs, but people share what they have. Kids help old folks, gardens grow in empty lots, communities stick together, hope stays alive in small ways. What do you think of this wild prediction? Share your thoughts in the comments. Follow for more fiction. The Simpsons' warnings of 4 calamities in 2025 and 2026 are deeply troubling. More bizarre still, these forecasts mirror past predictions from Vonga, Nostradamus, Tesla, and Einstein. Save this video and come back if it truly happens. A cascade of chaos is foreseen. First, climate chaos. Unprecedented climate extremes may fuel hellish heat waves, droughts, and rains. Scientists predict that the world will face 2 major disasters in 2025, including extreme weather events and solar storms. Second, megastorms. Climate change may supercharge hurricanes and typhoons, making them larger, stronger, and more destructive than ever before. Mass evacuations may be required as whole areas are leveled by winds over 200 miles per hour. Third, may come a grave global pandemic as the melting of polarized threatens to release ancient viruses and thrust the world into pandemic. The Simpsons know that Trump will be president next year at this time too. Modern medicine may have no cure or treatment for these ancient illnesses. Fourth lies the threat of full-scale war. As tensions between world powers like Russia, Ukraine risk boiling over as superpowers clash. Good minor events spark world war. Comment part 2 for predictions about 2020.
Did y'all know that Miss Mary Mack, the nursery rhyme, is not so cute and sweet? Now let's talk about the scary meaning behind Miss Mary Mack. Now, like I mentioned before, a lot of these nursery rhymes, kid-friendly books and songs and movies was not kid-friendly and often originated from something so dark and creepy. Now, legend has it, Miss Mary Mack was born back in the day, and she was born with lots of deformities. And back then, people literally looked at you as if you were some type of alien if you had any type of deformities. They weren't educated on, being autistic or, having Down syndrome or different, things that we see on a day-to-day basis. So they said that her family was ashamed of her, and she grew up in the church. Like the church basically, helped her out. And the church also was in charge over the graveyards and keeping up with the graves. So they said she was always out there and she was really good at it. And she was insanely strong to the point where she had like superhuman strength, like literally could just do all this stuff that would take several men hours and hours and even sometimes days to do. She could do in like 30 minutes all by herself. And it was said that the children in the area would often pick on her and taunt her and make these different songs where they made the Miss Mary Mack, 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 all dressed in black, 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 the song that we used to sing. And allegedly after the 3rd time they sung that song, that's when Mary would come out and tear them up one by one. Now some even say that this song come from a U.S. warship called the USS Mary Mack or something like that. And it was said that the ship was actually black and covered with silver buttons, which is what the song states about the silver buttons on the back. But that still was a ship that was used to fight in the Civil War. So either or, if it was based off Mary the Gravekeeper or this U.S. warship, why is this a children's song? And another thing is, when did we learn this? Because I remember just, doing Ring Around the Rosie and Miss Mary Mack. But who taught us that? I don't ever remember like my parents or my family members like singing that to us. So how did we know about this song? But yeah, a lot of these stories have a lot of twisted lore and just weird things. And I'm like, who made this into a kid nursery rhyme? But let me know what y'all think in the comments. And I'm also going to tag another creator that goes way in depth about the legend of Miss Mary Mack, the Gravekeeper. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.